Okay, so I have 3 gardens I need to do today in the development I've been working in before. So we have this one, which is kind of just like, this is the front. Hang on, so yeah, we have this one, which is all this bit weeds. We put out the weeds as much as you can, just get the best of all that's here, because this hasn't been looked after by the developer at all since it was laid. Looks like some of it's been sprayed, maybe, but it looks easily dead. And yes, just all these weeds out. Cut this grass, because this hasn't been cut probably since it was laid. I remember seeing this a few months ago when I had done this one up here, and it was still tall. It probably was shorter, because it was like a couple months ago. So yeah, cut all this, get all these weeds out, this thing that was there, so that's going to be lovely. And yeah, the back, I would say it's fairly simple, but it's kind of not, because it's it goes up on a slope, and it goes upstairs. So this is the back. So it's just all tall grass, hasn't it? Probably ever been cut since the turf was laid. It goes up on a slope here, and we've got some weeds coming up at the back. So depending on how the mower copes, this whole slope bit I may just like try and trim most of it, and that would be fine, and just get like the cuttings down the bit that I can mow, or maybe I'll mow over it, because the mower isn't that heavy, so I'm going to struggle. It's just basically just cut it. It's not a garden I would choose to have personally, because it goes up on a slope and it's kind of awkward. But yeah, it will be cut this, mow the back, mow the front, and do the weeding in the bark chipping borders. So my guess is it's going to take at least an hour and a half maybe, a little over an hour I'm guessing. I'm going to do it on the highest setting on this, so I don't want to bother spending more time putting the height down, because that would involve more grass cuttings and just more time. So I'm just going to do it on the highest setting, which is 3 inches on this mower, I think, or 7.5 centimetres, so about 3 inches. Just cut all this down, deal with the weeding and stuff, and that would be it. And then I would, once I've finished this one, I would then, maybe this one I may even be able to just have the bag off and just go over it a few times, because this is shorter. It's not as bad as it was when I first done it. This bit is a little longer, but overall I probably could, but it only depends on how much grass I've got in the bins. If I've got it nearly full, then I'll need to just mulch, just have the grass bag off. This one's the neighbours. This one's done more recently, because the neighbours actually live here. You can see all the old grass cuttings from when I was here. Yeah, it would just be weeding this again. This is actually just a weed sheet underneath here, and then just the bark chippings put on top. So it'd be quite difficult to get plants in, really, unless you actually cut holes out, but that's how they do it. So it's not really too bad in the front. It's just, if I'm doing the high set anyway, it's not really going to trim that much off. It's just going to get a bit of a tidy up. Let's see the back, because I haven't actually done this. When I done this, when I gave it its first cut, it was actually before I had the petrol mower. I had to use my granddad's electric Bosch mower, but that had like a dull blade, so it wasn't really that great and stuff. It's definitely a lot longer on this side for some reason, but not really too bad on the main bit, which is good, because I didn't want it to be really long. I didn't think think it was going to be that tall, to be honest. I think it's still basically recovering from when I hacked it all down, because you can still see all the old bits in it. So mowing over it at the highest setting would probably only not really do too much. It would definitely look nicer, but it's not going to be drastic. And then just, I'll get as much of those weeds out as I can. I didn't do it last time because I was here for like 4 hours, because it was when it was quite tall. I think the grass was probably up to about here or something. So I'll try and get these, as much as this out as I can. Otherwise, I probably won't do all of it, but I'll do as much as I can. But I think I do it just to be sprayed with weed killer. Then I can go. And there's the house down further down of this road near a corner. That will be the same as that first one I showed you, where it's all overgrown, because that hasn't been cut by the developers ever. So, and yeah, that was all new turf that was probably planted probably in November or whatever. Maybe about 11 months ago I was planted that turf. Something, so I don't think it's ever had a cut. So yeah, I'll start with this one, because the grass actually kind of looks quite bad now to be left. So it should be the normal green colour that turf is, but it's just kind of, it's been left so long. So it's kind of gone a bit bad quality. So I'll now start and I'll set up filming where I want to. I think I'll do the mowing first, so that bit is done, and then I'll do the weeding after, and then a bit of strimming, because I want to mow as much as I can without, and then trim, so I don't have as much grass to sweep up and stuff, because I don't have a leaf blower. If I had a blower, then yeah, I'll just do it the other way around like I used to. So I'll set up the filming for the mowing. Whether in the video I'll time lapse it or not, that depends. But whether I'll speed it up, because I feel like this video is going to be fairly long. I don't want anyone to be watching a 2-hour video or anything, 2 hour plus. So yeah, I'll set you up now.
Here we go. bit done. Not quite at the moment, but I mean, what do you expect? It literally was like tall, hasn't it? It should have been cut at least once. So now, all I need to do is sweep up all the grass on the path and go back on that grass bit. And then maybe you can run over it again with a mower. I mean, maybe even putting down a lower height setting, like middle height, may make it a little bit better. But we'll see. I don't want to spend too long with a little bit of grass. So I will now get the position for filming the sweeping. So I'm sure you'll see that. That is a part of the process. So I'll have it here. Well, that's as best as it's going to get. There's all the grass just like stuck bottom of the broom and it blows around in the wind. It's why I need a leaf blower. But I can't afford one at the moment. I'm choosing not to because I want to get into that instead. Strimmer time. I mean, I don't think I can get after, so it's not going to make that much difference. But I just wanted to get most of it done. And pick this up as well. has been swept the best as I can. There's only little bits, but they'll blow in the wind. It's quite difficult to keep with a broom, especially when it's kind of a little windy as well, so it's blowing it. So, I suppose I can do to get the grass out today. I can always use a little trowel and just sort of like move the bark around a bit, but there isn't really that much more you can do with it. So I'm now going to start working on the weeding, so it makes sense. So I want to weed all of this side first, get as much of the stuff out as I can. I know that I probably won't be able to get all of it out. I'll try. I think my beard needs to be sprayed. Spray all week now. And then once this side has been weeded and stuff, then I'll run over this again. The mower. I will probably try and do a low setting because still motion down lower here is a bit higher up and it may make it look better. Give it a couple of weeks, I'll then maximize again 2 weeks, which I wouldn't. Then this would be best any time you mow it. No, that one, that's a bit terrible when I first done it, but after you've given it some time to recover, it should be alright. If the blades are sharpened, that'd be, it would definitely make it a lot better, but that's what I have to deal with. And mowers like that aren't designed for getting all box points like this, it's just for normal gardens. So I'll start filling the weeding now and clearing up of this side, and then I'll go on to that.
Okay, well this is as much as I'm going to be able to do for the weeding. Because this is actually, even though these are like, some of these are sprayed or something that have been sprayed at some point, these are actually a lot more difficult to get out, and because it's a weed sheet as well. So it's quite hard to actually pull them out instead of just getting the leaves, and some of these weeds are quite tough, so it's just the best I can do. I could trim some if I really need to, like down here, but I just kept on getting stung by stinging nettles, and it hurts. I mean, to be honest, I think the grass is fine. It's not going to get any better than that, it's just going to get worse. Weed is this side as much as I can. I can't get those massive leaf things out very well. I'd have to just pull the leaves off. If you spray it, then it should be fine. Then it's just a massive one here. You can't get that easy. There was a massive stinging nettle here. Got that out, and there's a few tiny weeds over there. Got them, but apart from that, it's not really great. This I know it doesn't look great, but I can trim some of that. I can trim some of that if I need to. You know, just rot down over time. The grass underneath wasn't. It's not going to look great of its first cut. And it's fairly thick as well, because it's still kind of newish turf. It's just so thick when it's new. And after a while of cutting it, it's going to get thinner. And that's what I've got in the bin of all just weeds and stuff so far. So believe it or not, I think I'm actually going to just mow the front of that one first. So that's out of the way, so I'm doing some mowing. It isn't going to damage the blades as much as going in the back, because that's going to take some time doing that. So I'm just going to like start bringing some of this stuff up to this house. Like this definitely needs to be like grass or something. So it was all like done properly. You could definitely put turf down here and have it as a little bit of lawn, or we could do it all properly and have it as like some shrubs or something, depending on what you would want. But this is going to be mostly easier, I think, apart from this bit, which is a bit longer. For some reason, maybe this just gets me more shade. It might grow a bit more than some of this, I don't know. Or this was just how it was the last time I left it, because I had to basically strim most of this because it was so long, and I had a little push manual mower at the time, so it wasn't great. I've already been here for over an hour and like 20 minutes. That's just been working on the front, really. So yeah, I'm going to start. I'll get this mowed, obviously at the highest setting, because this is going to look better being cut at a higher setting than that, because that's terrible. And you kind of expect it will be. I will tell the person I'm working for. It doesn't obviously look great, but you're going to expect it for something like this. But it's better than it was. At least it's not all overgrown now. It's just from long and ugly to short and ugly. That's what it is. Just gonna put the grass bag on this mower. So yeah, I will see you when I will probably film me mowing that front bit. Yeah. full bag. From that bit. So I will do this bit without filming because I've got low battery. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be able to film all of what I'm doing anyway. Yeah, I mow this and then I'll do strimming and get as much of these weeds out as I can. And at least this bit's done. Okay, here's the back. This bit's quite tall for some reason, whereas most of it isn't really that bad. So yeah, just showing you. Just do this grass and little strimming, that'll be about it. Okay, so this has been done. I went over it. So I'd done the first cut without the bag on. Once I did that, I'd done one pass with the bag off, then I'd done the strimming and stuff and tried to get the grass off the patio and stuff. Then I'd done another pass without the bag on the same way. Then I put the bag on because I thought there were some bits that just loads of clumps of grass that I don't want to leave. It's already bumpy enough from the last time I done it. So I first went this way to try and get something to go both ways. Didn't really work that well, it didn't look great. And I went just back this way again with the bag, and basically passed the bag one this way and one this way, which is how I ended it. The stripes aren't straight, mainly because the ground is bumpy from old grass cuttings from about 2 months ago, from when I first cut this. So it's all bumpy from all those old cuttings, so I couldn't keep the stripes straight, which is unfortunate, but there's some form of stripe. There's no roller on it, so it's not meant to stripe, but I just sort of done it because the grass is quite thick in these new bits, because it's still fairly new turf. But it's been done. The weeding, that will take ages to do, so I may have to come back another day to finish all the ones off, but the one that needs to be done by Monday morning is the one that I started over there, and that's quite tall grass again. So whether I just do it with the bag off, which would be easier because I won't have to keep emptying it, or I trim some of it, I don't know, because I know it's not going to look great anyway, and I don't want to spend hours doing that because I want to bag it up and make it look perfect. It just needs to be cut, and I've already been here since like 2:15 and it's now 20 to 6. So yeah, this is the back. The grass is all done. It's the best I can do, and if I come back another day during the week, then I can come back and do some of this weeding or something, but it needs to be sprayed. So I'll leave this now and get back to the one I'm supposed to be doing. So I do this one because it was easier and just get out of the way, so it's already done for when I have to come back another day, whether it's Monday or Tuesday or something, that I come back just to do the other bits, like finish this one, finish some weeding, and do another house all the way down at the corner. Whether I decide to take the one on or not, that's another matter. But I've done this one to the best as I can. So yeah, it's that one again.
There are literal spiders on everything. I'm giving a sweat.
this is what we've got so far. Cut, I'd say at least 80–90% of it. So all of this sort of longer bit here has all been sort of rough cut, mostly, apart from this sort of bit. We've raked up roughly all like the big piles of cuttings and put them in bins and stuff. Now it's just get all this bit on the bank, the hill, slope bit done, and this. I think this is worse because it's actually thicker, especially around the fence line and stuff. I feel like some of this is actually going to be okay, mainly getting up to the top because it hasn't grown as much. And some of that was trimmed by my dad. I don't know if there was any bits where you saw him attempting to use the strimmer, but the strimmer line won't come out anymore. Got enough in it, but it's just got a bit stuck, so can't get any more out, which is a shame. So this is what we've got so far, and I'm literally making hay while the sun shines. I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks more like it's usually the aftermath of a council verge or something that's been cut. A bit of grass off the council's clay because they've always do it poorly. This is basically what it's like. If I had like a heavy duty strimmer or something, then I would go up there and get all that trimmed down. I wouldn't even get them up there, I would just trim it all down with a big heavy duty petrol strimmer and just rake all the cuttings down and then get into piles and stuff. And do the same with that. Probably would have been quicker if I had a big heavy duty one and trimmed all of it down first, then raked all the bits up, whatever, and then went over with the mower. But what happens when you never cut grass after it's been laid as turf? And it's worse getting right up to the edges here because you just can't, because it's so uneven, it dips down for some reason. No idea why it does that, but so yeah, this is an update so far. I've got this smaller bin I've just filled up, kind of, with piles of grass, and the bigger bin has been taken away by my dad because that got overfilled with piles of grass. Raking bits up, we've got it all everywhere. So that's going to be fun, cleaning that up. Sarcastic. Luckily I've got a leaf blower that will be coming during the next week. So yeah, but this camera's battery is on 1 bar, so showing you an update of what we've done so far, and yeah, see you later. I think I may switch to film on my phone now because I'll have more battery. Okay, so this is the end result. I didn't film most of it because I didn't want the battery to drain, and I had a lot of stops. But this is basically what we've got as the end result. It's not great, but the grass was like 2 foot tall, something, 2-3 foot tall in some places. And this slope was definitely quite difficult because it was quite steep. Raked up as much of the grass as we could. There's still going to be quite a lot left, but what do you expect when the grass is so tall and thick as well, and then it dips down in places, so it's not perfect, but it's what you get. I mean, just think, this time yesterday, all of this hadn't even been touched yet. Now it has. My dad had to do the last bits because he came back without me even realising that he was coming back. I knew he'd come back at some point, but... And then he just sort of went up here, the mower, just got the last bits as best as we could. It's fine, I mean, what do you expect? This is quite a difficult bit as well because it has sort of bumpy bits and the grass. What I find in these new areas, that all the grass around the edge of the fences, it gets so thick and just hangs over and flattens. And gets caught up in the blade of the mower and stuff. There are spiders everywhere, little spiders, even flying ones. Not that they have wings, but they just sort of like fly about in the garden or a cobweb or something. I just see a massive one coming towards me. This tripod is all covered in cobwebs and stuff, and the spiders that were on it, and it's just covered. But it's the best you can do. I'm sure if you came back within a couple of weeks or whatever, the proper better mower than what I've got and better equipment, sure you could get it down even more and make it look better. And each time you cut it, then it would look better, but this is what we've got at the moment. So I can take after picture now. So yeah, I think that'll be the end of this video. I may just show that needs to do a little bit more weeding in the front, but apart from that, that's about it.